inspired you to make this movie? Like, what was the main reason behind it? What really grabbed you in?
Well, so I wrote the film, and it's about animal cruelty, child abduction. So it's two things that I've read about over the last decade and a half, actually, which are like pretty much the most heinous things that can happen, in existence. And I was like, I personally, I think horror should be about pushing the boundaries of what it is to be human. So I was like, wow, you can't get more hardcore than this, really. And then I put in the kind of opposite extremes of what it is to be human, and that's the religious aspect of faith. And one of our lead characters, Steve Oram, is a vicar, and it's about of course religion has had such a big impact on the whole world forever, and but the central tenets of Western religion are like love your neighbor, forgive your enemy. So this is about cruelty to animals, child abduction, loving your enemy. So to my mind, that was like the three biggest contradictions you could come across in the whole world.
Yeah.
And so that immediately for me made a pretty interesting subject matter to kind of bring the contradictions together and see what happens.
And that's really brave of you, because that's like really intense, deep topics that worldwide, globally, everyone are affected by that. So that's really brave of you to go forward with that. And was there anything that you was really trying to be careful around that you didn't do or step on anybody's toes?
I'm a pretty brave kind of guy, but there are things that we don't want to see, no one wants to see. So everyone knows about child abduction and what happens. There's many what's interesting, there's many Hollywood films about child abduction, but it's like you never see really what happens with the what happens then. No one wants to. So I'm the same, but I push it to a little bit. So you see some of these things, but the main thing of this film is to push it to a point, to make the audience feel more than you would usually in an obvious horror film, where the kids get abducted, whether it's Stranger Things, whether it's Prisoners, and same with the animals. But then again, still not show it enough where it just becomes vile and gross, because no one wants to see that. So there's a lot of insinuation that So I push it to a point, but take it away. And there's nothing. If you look to the actual visual subject matter, it would probably be a film for kids. But of course, subject matter is a lot more than that. So we always pull back.